guys, it's Amber and I'm back with some more bunny challenge drawings. I'm going to show you what I drew over the course of the weekend, which was the 9th through the 11th. And I hope you guys like them as much as I did making them. So yeah, without further ado, let's get to it.
Okay, so starting right off the bat, the process for this isn't much different than what I did last week. I started out with a sketch, and then I did and then I went on to my actual paper and line art, and then started coloring with markers and pens. So I'm not really going to talk about that this week. I'm going to kind of talk about what my thought process was with everything. Starting off with day 9, which the word was dirty. So I had a bit of a busy day. I was working at the Lyric Center and everything. And also I was distracted by a new Lego game that my husband bought us. So I really didn't know what I wanted to do, and I hadn't really thought about this. But as the day went on, I was sort of thinking, and I didn't get home until like after 5. So this one didn't get as much love and care put into it, but I did some sketches. One where Winston's painting and the other one where he's jumping in a mud puddle. I definitely went with the one painting and had him just covered in paint over the mud puddle because if I look at my list of words, the last day of the month is mud. So I figured I could save that for then or something similar. So yeah, I went with the doodle of him just sort of like painting, and I must have, for some reason I didn't film the sketching process on paper, but I did film the line art. I don't know why. But yeah, I sort of went with this whole look of him wearing a smock. He's got his paintbrush out, his ears are all tied back, and he's just covered in paint. Because he had so much fun making his masterpiece. Yeah. That was basically the whole thought process of this. And also, don't ask where all those colors went and why he's covered in them, but his painting doesn't have them. Because I don't know. The only thing I'd have to say I had a problem with this was my easel. I struggled really hard to draw that easel. And in the end, the legs went wonky. I did use a ruler every now and then, but not when I did the line art. And I think that's why it was a little wonky. For some reason, I cannot seem to find my favorite ruler. I don't know what happened to it. So I have to use all these too big of rulers or too small of rulers, not clear rulers, and I'm just struggling without my favorite ruler right now. So, yeah. Not much else to say about this piece, except, he's really cute in this. I really like it, and it just felt very artistic and fun. Like, he's just, having so much fun art-wise, so, yeah, I love it. One more thing, though, on this piece. I will say I'm a little disappointed inside of myself and a little slightly upset with myself that I did not stop myself from immediately coloring this thing and actually scan it, because this would have made such a cute coloring page, but unfortunately I just went right in with the colors, didn't think about it, just was so in a zone and just wanted to color. And while I do like this piece, I really would have loved to have had the line arts scanned and everything. This, unfortunately, was not the only one I forgot to do scanning of the line art. I forgot to do one of the third drawing in this video for day 11, and that one was so cute. I really wish I would have scan that one as well, so that I could have had line arts and or coloring pages for you guys, because and for myself, because they were great. Maybe one day I'll come back and I will take these drawings that I've made and recreate line arts digitally, but we'll have to see. That's for the future, if I ever do it. don't know. So day 10 was bed. All I did for this was a really quick little sketch. I kind of already knew what I wanted to do, and that was just have Winston jumping on the bed. I technically already had drawn Winston in a bed previously, so I didn't want to draw him sick in bed, and I thought having him jumping on the bed would be really fun and cute, and oh man, everyone knows we need to have fun and cute things right now with the way the world is. That, and it's just been raining for like the last week, so I needed something bright, fun, and cute in my life, and that's what Winston brought for me this weekend. And this bed drawing was no exception. Granted, drawing that bed was extremely hard because I am terrible at drawing blocky shapes, and anything that requires a ruler and measurements and getting angles just right, it is horrible for me. I am learning, I am trying, and this bed was no exception in the pain process, but it was still fun, and man, do I love the way Winston looks. He's so cute. He just looks like he's actually jumping, and you know, I love it. I really do. I'm very happy I did this. I also really like the added features that I put in this, like the pillow that's sort of like lifting off the bed. Even adding those little banisters, I think they are. I don't know what it's called, the technical terms are. I'm happy I did those. They're a little wonky, but I'm happy I did them. And I love his cute little stuffed bunny. That was just a spur of the moment thing. I felt like he needed something more on his bed, and like I said last week, I think I said anyways, Winston is kind of like a little kid. I don't know if I said that last week. I've been telling people he's like a little kid, because he is. I don't know when I said it, where I said it, but Winston's basically a child in many cases. And, you know, having the whole thought of this with him just jumping on his bed like a little kid would do, have his stuffed toys. Oh yeah, I forgot I did all those, like, I even made the bed have like the sheets kind of come up. I thought that was kind of cool too. I'm very happy with myself and how it looks. I mean, his little bunny, like I said, it's adorable, and I'm so glad I decided to give him that stuffed toy. I like how it's coming up off of there, like it's just like he's bouncing, everything's just sort of moving. And I love the life that I was able to bring to this drawing. And I'm kind of rambling here, so I'm going to cut myself off. But yeah, I love it. It's so cute. So one other thing I forgot to mention is I kind of started running out of my marker. My marker actually started dying while working on the bed, which was a little unfortunate. So it's a little streaky, which was a little upsetting, but in the end, I'm still happy with it. It turned out really good. This wasn't the this wasn't the only marker that I'm pretty sure I've killed with this drawing, this challenge, because I had to throw away one of my green markers after I finished day 12. So, or not day 12, day 11. After I had finished day 11. So yeah. That is one problem about working with markers, is they will die on you occasionally, and that is what happened to me over this weekend. So for day 11, I actually had to start sketching out a new piece of paper to figure out what I wanted to do. And I actually had like 3 different ideas for this one because the word was river, and that was kind of hard to come up with things, but also kind of hard to decide fully. So I sketched out all 3 of my ideas, first starting with them skipping rocks, because sometimes when I think of a river, I think of kids skipping rocks across it. The second one was them fishing. This was the one I did go with, inevitably, because that was the other thought I had with them, was fishing. And I knew Winston had to be at the river with his friends, so that's why each one of these sketches involves him and his friends. The third sketch I did was them sort of swimming in the river, which is another thought that was like, okay, maybe that's a possibility. But then I looked at some of my other words that I had, because I didn't want to like use the same, like I didn't want to take away an idea that I could use in the future. And I found that since I already have the word pool for later on in the month, I would just stick with the fishing. And honestly, I'm really glad I did, because it turned out so cute. Like, oh, so cute. I'm serious upset with myself that I didn't scan this, because it was an amazing coloring page. Ah, it was adorable. Winston is so cute. Like, I don't know how Winston got this cute in this drawing, but I love it. And honestly, the whole thought process with it was that I just wanted them fishing, and I knew only 2 things. I wanted Winston and Stan on the beach, on the like the edge of the river with their fishing poles, and I wanted Mal with his head underwater, because you know, ducks, they put their heads underwater sometimes to get what they need, and I thought that would be the cutest thing ever, because why not? It just ended up turning to this thing where Stan and Winston are kind of having like a little conversation while they got their fishing poles, and then Mal's just there, butt in the air, head underwater, doing old school fishing. He's not even bothering with a fishing rod, and I love it. Oh man, it's so cute. And like, I loved like almost all of these drawings over the weekend. Even if I didn't love them right on the spot, I've grown to love them because they're just so cute the more I look at them. And I'm very happy with them. And they help to make my weekend just a little bit brighter in this gray, after dealing with all these gray skies. So yeah, oh man, it's so cute. And then I also added some reeds and rocks and different things, and just to give it a little more scenery, and I loved it. I loved it so much. So much. So, just a couple little things about the coloring process on this one. Because Stan was in here, I had to find colors that suited him. And Stan has this shirt. He doesn't need a shirt, but he wears a shirt. And it's got a bunch of little spots on it, like polka dots. So, and it's kind of like orange and blue polka dots, so then he kind of matches his buddies. But then he's got this really dark brown, scaly skin and everything. So I had to find a brown marker that worked well for that. And because both Winston and Stan are using fishing rods, I like the idea of them being made of wood. I decided to take the same brown that I used on Winston's spur and make Stan's fishing rod that lighter brown while taking the darker brown and using it for Winston's fishing rod. So then that way their fishing rods weren't getting lost in their actual color schemes. And I think that really helped a lot. And it also shows, that they all kind of correlate with one another because they have a lot of the same colors. And I like having that little limited palette, and it shows that they're all a bunch of friends. I also give Stan orange eyes, kind of like Winston, and a bit of yellow in there because of how snake guys are, which is the same yellow I used for Mal's fur. And I really liked this thing I did with the markers here. It was kind of accidental, but it works very well. The thing with a lot of markers is they tend to, if you go over them, they tend to darken a little bit. And so using that blue on that water, it was really nice in some ways because it's slightly dry, but not dry enough that it's worth throwing away. And it actually gave like this water rippling effect. Speaking of dry markers, this is the marker that I threw away because it was way drier than I thought it was. So I used it up on the background here, as you can see, but I didn't want to leave it like that because I thought, oh, that is very ick and streaky, and I just did not like it. But I did come in a little later with another green marker to sort of take care of that streakiness, and in many ways it kind of helped. It just looks like they're sitting on a lush green grass, and I like it. There's work that I need to do, and there's some things I need to learn, but overall, for what I know at this point when it comes to working with markers and pens, I'm pretty happy with how these drawings are coming, and this one is no exception. I really did like it, and this is one of my few full pages that I have done where everything is basically colored, because I haven't done many of those this month, and I'm not usually keen on doing them all the time, but this one just called for that whole full page look, and I really do like it.
Those drawings were so cute and so fun. Honestly, if I had to choose a favorite one, I don't know which one I'd do. I love the one where Winston's painting. He looks adorable. There's some mistakes in there, but the more I look at it, the more I love it. Same thing with Winston jumping on the bed. Oh man, his little plush bunny, so cute. And then the last one with Winston and his pals. Oh, I loved it. It was so fun to make. Just seeing all of them together, and I love it. I'm loving this challenge. I hope you guys are loving seeing it and everything that I do. it's so fun, and in some days it's real quick, other days it takes a lot longer, but you know, I enjoy it, and I'm happy I could share it with you guys. If you guys like this video and you want to see more bunny related drawings, don't forget to check me out on Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter, and Ko-fi. I'll be showing all my drawings every day, all the way up until April 30th. If you guys want to join into the bunny challenge, use the hashtag bunny challenge, and if I see your art, I'll make sure to share it. A good way to always good way to show it to me is by tagging me on social media, and I'll do my best to share as many as possible, as I see them, of course. As always, I'll have some videos somewhere up here where you guys can see other bunny related content. In the meantime, I hope you guys all have a fun and inspirational week, and I'll catch y'all next time. Bye!